Alright. Welcome to another episode of the 330 podcast. This is FootBoleh. We are the Asian voice for football. And this is the 330 podcast where we debate the hottest, where we discuss the hottest topics and we debate between a legend and a future legend. Alright, so lots of hot topics going on today. Before we start the show, let's introduce. I've got Haikal over here, as usual. We've got Thiru as well. And I'm your only host on every FootBoleh show, as usual. Duh.
That's a lie.
You were missing last week.
Yeah, I was playing last week. So yeah. Okay, so certain things we need to discuss first before we start the show. Things to mention. Yeah, lots of things, man. So we heard that J. Lloyd Samuel actually passed away. So rest in peace, J. Lloyd Samuel. You have been a very, very important contributor to football. So hopefully you and your family, hopefully your condolences to your family, and hopefully your family finds peace, you know. Alright, anything you want to say, Thiru, on that?
No, it was quite a tragic accident.
Yeah.
On the way back home after he dropped his kids at school. So, and he's only 37.
Yeah.
Such a young age, and we have known him from the time where he played for Aston Villa and Bolton Wanderers. So I think a lot of fans might remember him in the early 2000s as a wing-back for these clubs. I think he's a model professional, and condolences to his family.
Alright, next up on the topic, we have the Europa League final to discuss. Marseille got beaten by Atletico Madrid 3-0. Did anyone expect the result? Did you, Haikal?
I did. I mean, that result, 3-0, no, probably a 2-0.
Yeah.
Because Marseille has been convincing actually in the Europa League.
However, their French league, not very consistent.
But Atletico Madrid are a different beast. Like I said, I predicted Atletico Madrid ever since they were dropped from the Champions League to the Europa League because they know what's needed to be done. They've been in the Champions League final before in recent times. So I no surprise for me.
Alright, next thing, we're going to talk about the England team selection. Alright, England team selection. Thiru, what do you think about selection? Strong enough? Before you start your appraisal or you know, I just want to say that the so-called odds came out for the World Cup recently, and I was just telling Haikal earlier, the favourites are Germany, followed by Brazil, Spain, and then we've got England. Four favourites.
I think you're talking about the UBS model predictions.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, correct.
So then we've got France behind Spain, and then Belgium below them.
Yeah.
So,
even Mexico is in the mix.
Yeah. So what do you think about England's chances and with their squad?
I think as the England team has always performed well in World Cups, where they have not had a very strong media backing from England itself. Okay. So whenever the England team is so-called shunned off by the press and said to not have a good tournament, they have always come out different with the results. And Gareth Southgate has picked a team based on form, and I believe that he has done something very different from all the other managers before him.
Okay.
There were times, when Rooney was injured and everyone is praying for him to recover and just be there on time. Same for David Beckham as well. But I think the team is not based on a single player, although he might be a talisman. But I think that the team that is selected, I think, is adequate enough to reach at least the quarterfinals of the World Cup. This is my gauge.
Okay, who will be the goalkeeper? Let's just go with the first 11 prediction. Right? Who's going to be a goalkeeper? Pick.
I'm going to go with Butland.
Haikal?
Same. I mean, yeah. Who else?
Not Nick Pope.
No. Sadly, no.
Why is because Butland has international experience to back it up.
True.
Although Stoke were relegated, he was one of the top performers.
Yeah.
And I think he's a classy goalkeeper, worthy of a pick.
There's rumors that Liverpool want to get him on the team as well. Yep. So that explains why. Alright, what about the centre backs? Who would you go with?
Well, I'm not sure whether it'll be a 4-4-2 or it'll be a 3-5.
I think it'll be more of a 4-3-3 with Sterling
and who else? Backing Harry Kane.
Yeah, Harry Kane up top.
Yeah.
You can even play Rashford on the left.
But it's quite unpredictable to say what is his best formation of this team. But I'm going to guess that he's going to go with 3 centre backs, 2 wing backs, namely Green Tripper and Danny Rose.
Yeah, Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker might be shifted to centre back, along with Gary Cahill.
I think the one question that is on everyone's lips is Smalling or Jones. Were you surprised with Smalling being left out and Jones being picked?
It's quite surprising because Smalling is on form at the moment now compared to Jones, and Smalling would be a player you would keep for a long run instead of injury-prone Jones. But I think the main reason why Jones has been picked because of his versatility. He's able to play right back, centre back, central defensive midfield.
He's able to defend while still falling down.
Yep, that's part of the parcel of the game. So I think Jones has been picked because of his versatility and ability to play in many positions. Although he will not be first choice, he will be someone that we will bring in at times.
Okay. All right. Let's move on, and we're going to talk about the Hamburg relegation. First time in their history, Hamburg has been relegated from the German Bundesliga. It's a sad day for all Hamburg fans. All right. Yeah. Theo, what do you think?
I think it has been time.
Yeah, they were
have
fighting
not
for
been,
relegation for a very long time.
They have been in the relegation battle for the past 3 to 4 seasons.
Yep.
And they have not learned from their mistakes, and they did not recover from that so far. And at one point in time, they were European heavyweights.
You're a big club.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
With Kevin Keegan leading them up front. So I think that relegation was something that Hamburg were not used to, and I think probably they'll come back stronger and bring themselves back into the Bundesliga.
Okay, so that was Hamburg being relegated for the first time in history. Well, we have another history in the making, which in the likes of Parma. Parma has been promoted to Serie A recently. What do you guys think about that? They went into administration in 2013, if I'm not wrong. And they were relegated, and they had back-to-back relegation actually. And then they went into administration, and now they're back in the Serie A. It's been like 5-6 years.
They changed their name. I can't remember what's the name actually, but they changed the name.
They couldn't use the Parma name anymore.
But I mean, still looking at it, it's still originally Parma.
You know what? We have a topic, Buffon. I mean, not the main topic, but we're about to mention about Buffon.
Yeah.
I think one of the places he could go back is Parma, since they're back in the Serie A.
True.
You can't.
You can't deny it.
Yeah, you can't like dismiss that. I mean, yes, it's nice to be going to Liverpool or PSG, the clubs there in the Champions League. But at the same time, you know, Rooney goes back to Everton. You never know. Buffon goes back to Parma. Nothing wrong.
True. Alright, next on the list of hot topics, we have Sporting Lisbon. So, Sporting Lisbon apparently got attacked.
Yeah, by their own fans.
Yeah, by their own fans,
But,
surprisingly.
do you know the conspiracy about that?
No.
The one that
Enlighten us.
No, the one that orchestrated the attack was actually Sporting Lisbon's chairman, and they say that, please don't attack me. They say that he's a bit like Donald Trump. If he doesn't like the player, he'd go to the media and then like bring his name out, have an issue with him rather than settling it privately. And he's an advocate for violence. That's what they say. So it's some sort of inside job against Bastos. Bastos was their like
Manager.
Sorry, no. Top goal scorer,
top goal scorer,
for Lisbon. And to do that to your own players, I mean, it's just something wrong. Something's definitely wrong at this point.
Yeah.
And we have the manager and William Carvalho,
Yeah.
the player. William
player.
Carvalho and the manager are looking to tear up the contracts, terminate the contracts. And
It's a
leave
serious
Lisbon.
thing.
It's a serious thing for Lisbon.
They're in the final of their cup.
Yeah.
The Portuguese FA Cup. They're in the final, and the game is today, and it's in controversy.
I mean, it's one of the rare times where you see something like this happen, and if the controversy was true, it's an orchestrated attack, and you usually don't see this in football.
Yeah.
You usually don't see this anywhere at all, except for the WWE, where it's scripted. Okay, moving on. We've got two very, very big, arguably the biggest goalkeepers in football history. Two of them actually. One is leaving, one is coming back. The one that's leaving, I'm talking about Buffon, of course. Buffon has said that he's definitely going to leave Juve, and he's going to move elsewhere. So, like Heikel said, he might move to Parma, he might move to Liverpool, he might move to PSG. But let's not speculate. Let's just talk about his legacy, about him leaving. of course, my favorite goalkeeper of all time is Buffon. My favorite player of all time is Buffon as well. And I've seen him, I've watched him play. You know, growing up watching him play, it's been amazing. So Buffon, really, if you could really actually see this video, I wish. And yeah, it was wonderful watching you to play, and it's really, really an amazing idol to follow. Someone who actually stayed at Juve despite their relegations, together with the likes of Del Piero and Nedved. Yeah, so basically, Michael, do you have something for us?
This is what Totti had an open letter to Buffon. I see the World Cup nights, the cup raised under the Berlin sky, our hugs. I mixed them with a backspin and a couple of stunners that I scored against you, and some saves that you could have avoided. And I say thank you for the opponent and the mate that you were. Beautiful.
Chills. I'm getting chills when you read that.
It's just class. Totti
Yeah.
is just class.
Players like this don't come often. All right, so sorry, returning. I'm talking about Neuer. Neuer's actually returning tonight for their cup final against Hanover, is it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they're playing
I'll check.
Hanover. I think Bayern Munich is playing Hangover in Hangover. Bayern Munich is playing Hanover in the final, and yeah. So Neuer's coming back. However,
He'll be on the bench.
yeah. However, he'll be on the bench. Whether or not he'll be ready for the World Cup final, I think he'll be ready. He'll be in the squad. But
No, it's Eintracht Frankfurt.
oh, it's Eintracht Frankfurt. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was Hanover.
Oh, that's the manager who's going to come into Bayern. Niko Kovac.
Okay, so lots of interesting stuff. And
So
if Frankfurt can actually win,
Niko
then
Kovac could actually win.
Yes. but one quick question: do you think Neuer deserves a spot in as the Germany's
number one.
number one? I don't think so.
I think Karius deserves a spot. I'm just kidding.
I think Ter Stegen, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the second deserves it as
I think based on
well.
form and etc., I think that he would be the keeper they should go for.
But just a reminder, nowhere is near. No one is near Neuer's standard. I've seen him play for the past few years. I don't think anyone is near his standard. Even Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen has pulled off, a lot of remarkable saves, but no one is near the standard that Neuer is at right now.
No one can deny that, but at the same time, he's been gone the whole season.
Yeah.
He's only been back
Yeah.
It's
tonight.
about match fitness, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Maybe if he was fit, he might have did something, and his heroics might have helped Bayern beat Real Madrid. Right. So maybe he was the missing link for Bayern Munich this season. We might not know. We will never know. Okay, so moving on from Neuer returning for Bayern, we have got a couple of managers moving positions. First of all, let's talk about those leaving, and we're going to talk about Moyes and Allardyce leaving their respective roles in the English Premier League. Surprising. I'm really surprised by the both of them who are leaving, because I actually thought that they did a decent job and they deserve to continue for next season. But I guess that's not what it's supposed to be. So what do you think, Michael?
Yeah, it's just funny. I mean, they exceeded expectations. You bring a guy like just meet the expectations, and that's
Yeah.
it. I mean, yes, West Ham, they were part of that big relegation, but they were in control.
Yep.
Just win their games. Whereas, and at the same time, Everton, they were in trouble, but Allardyce brought them to something
Ninth
credible.
place. Ninth place.
Yeah, something credible.
Yep.
So I don't know why their contracts were terminated and dismissed. Just funny to me.
And I mean, if with their contract being dismissed, it leaves a few million in the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now both of them have West Ham and Everton in the series.
What is the switch?
No, to be honest with you, I my opinion on this, but if I'm looking from the shoes of the directors of these clubs, West Ham, it was agreed that Moyes will be there for 6 months
Yep.
to ensure that they don't get relegated, that,
Yep.
that they have a but they're probably looking at a different angle from right now on how they're going to progress. So they will probably try to bring in a young, exciting manager, who, which was how they brought in Slaven Blick in the first
Yeah.
place.
And then he got sacked.
Yeah, and West Ham, that's for West Ham, right? For Everton, it seems to me that Allardyce was brought in to keep the ship safe, stopgap measure. But although he was given a 2-year contract initially, but now Mauro Silva,
Yeah.
Marco
From
Silva,
Watford, yeah.
is available on a free now.
Yep.
So they're probably going back to the same plan of hiring him,
Yep.
perhaps. But both clubs have a lot of deadwood they need to clear.
Yep.
And it happens to see that, let's see what they have in store for us next season.
West Ham chairman Mr. Goal was, if I'm not mistaken, he was mentioning Rafa Benitez. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was right. I mean, if West Ham manages to get Rafa
Which might not
Benitez,
happen if
if
a war chest is given to Benitez at Newcastle.
yes, that is only available if Mike actually sells the club.
I have a name for them if they want.
For who?
Either clubs.
Who?
Arsene Wenger.
Well, if they were to pick someone, I think they should pick Ranieri, because Ranieri is actually leaving Nantes as well. Another one who's leaving another job. So Ranieri is leaving Nantes. To be fair, I don't think he did particularly well at Nantes. Probably they were supposed to be relegation threatened at
I would
the start of
actually
the season.
disagree with that because Nantes have not been a major club in French league.
Yep.
And you can't expect him to do a Leicester every time.
True.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so moving on from Ranieri leaving Nantes as well, we're going to stick with the French league and we're going to talk about Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel going over to PSG.
That
That's
was
a new.
something that I did not expect.
Yeah, I did not expect that
No,
as well. I was blindsided by it.
I heard rumblings because with Arsene Wenger leaving, they could say that Tuchel is coming to Arsenal.
Yeah.
But Arsenal's head scouts Van Mislintat and Tuchel's the reason why he was sacked from Dortmund and then came to Arsenal.
Ah, okay.
So there's no way he could come, but reports were saying he could still come. But at the same time, people were saying, I think it was a month ago that he actually signed a contract with PSG.
Yep.
So yeah, I saw it coming actually.
Okay. Let's talk about. Let's just speculate for a while. Is Tuchel the man for PSG? They have tried nearly everything, nearly everyone. Nothing has been working. So right now Tuchel is coming in. Is he going to be the one to actually bring them?
I don't think nothing is working. I think it's just that the oil rich Arabs are trying to win the Champions League, and they're going all head outs on that. At this moment, I think a couple of months ago, it was rumored that Mourinho might take over PSG.
True.
All these things are there. I think their ultimate goal is to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
So they're doing that by changing managers and etc. They brought in Emery because he was a cup specialist.
Now I heard he's going back to Sevilla.
He might be going back to Sevilla. And that's the thing about it. They are doing all stop get measures to make sure they win the league and the Champions League.
Yep. I think the league is a given.
Yep.
Next year it should be a given as well, unless if Monaco or Lyon
Or
Marseille can actually pose a threat. But Monaco, Lyon, and Marseille have lots to do to actually close up the gap. But yeah, sticking with PSG, Tuchel is coming in. He has got a massive war chest. Comparing the only other club with the red money, Man City, and they have done tremendously well this season compared to last season. Of course, people would have expected them to go on and win the Champions League as well, or at least make it to the final. Unfortunately, no, we got knocked out by Liverpool, but it's okay.
Actually, I believe that there will be a lot of dressing room problems in PSG with Tuchel in charge.
Okay.
Due to the fact that he's a disciplinarian, he's an authoritative, and the way that he and Abu Moyang went head to head.
Yeah.
At Dortmund.
Yep.
So I'm expecting the same to happen with Neymar.
Provided he stays.
Provided he stays.
Yeah, provided
Unless
he
he
stays.
himself a move to Real Madrid, as has been reported by the media.
Yeah.
You still
Sorry.
want to talk about this?
You can go ahead.
Because we actually have a fan asking some League One question. League One. Arman Khan. Hi.
Yes,
Hi, Arman
Monaco.
Okay, he's asking who's gonna finish second, third, and fourth for League One.
Oh, this is an interesting one. Well, I actually think it's going to be in the order that it is right now. Lyon,
No changes.
Monaco, and Marseille. Lyon second, Monaco third, and Marseille. Sorry, Monaco second, Lyon third, and Marseille fourth. Yes, I don't think it's going to change because there's only one game remaining, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is tonight.
with one game remaining, I don't think it's going to change. I think it's going to remain the same. Marseille definitely doesn't have a chance to.
Marseille is 74.
Yes.
74 points. Lyon 75 and Monaco 77.
Yeah, so Monaco, given they are going to be in the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
It's unfair for Marseille that they had to play a Europa League final before they play the final game of the French League. I don't know why it is so screwed up, but
It is what it is.
yeah, it is what it is, and I feel that it's unfair. I don't know about you guys, but because Europa League final is such a massive final. It's the second best competition to Champions League. And why is it played when all the leagues have not finished yet. Yes, there were games postponed and what so, but
No, I think this year's tournaments have been slightly pushed forward due to the World Cup.
Yep.
So that might be the reason.
yeah, but I mean the Champions League final is still happening on 26 May. So why couldn't the Europa League final happen just a few days before that?
I think Michael Platini will have the answer.
And he got last question. Are you guys excited? Today is the last day of League One. I'm excited because it means Champions League finals coming. Then the World Cup is coming. Yeah, I'm excited.
Potentially there could be an upset. Marseille could still go to the Champions League spot and Lyon could fall out. But what I'm more excited about is Italian Serie A. Lazio against Inter. Inter is 5th. Lazio is 4th. And Inter is 3 points behind with a minus 6 goal difference in between them. So if Inter beats Lazio by 6 goals, they actually go on to the Champions League spot. Which is highly unlikely. But this is the Italian Serie A we're talking about. So anything can happen.
Alright, last one. Zizo Al Ali or El Ali. We're from Singapore and thank you for your comment.
Alright.
Back to top.
Okay, moving on. We're going to talk about Mancini to Italy. This is the last managerial change we have for this week. Mancini to Italy. Thoughts, Heiko?
Mancini's
Expected?
been everywhere. No, I didn't see him becoming a national team manager.
Yep.
Um,
Lots of work to be done for him.
yes. And has he ever been a national team manager?
No.
Because I don't think
No, he hasn't.
I think he has a lot of work needs to be done.
I think just it's not just about Mancini doing the work with the team. I think it's the whole structural change of the FA for Italy. They need to do something like what the Germans have done. The reason why the Germans and the Spanish have been so successful right now is because of what they have done. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Germans have a clause in their registration for the Bundesliga where you have to have minimum of one player in each position on your starting 18, on your 18 register for each match day. So that is the reason why there's a massive abundance of talent for Germany. The Spanish FA, the reason why they have an abundance of talent is because their second division is there's actually lots of like Real Madrid Castilla, the Barcelona B team. They're all playing in the second division and the third division. Yeah, it's the reserve team. So that's why these two countries are doing so well. They have so much of talent there. They keep producing players. So that's why they are doing so well. So yes, the Italian FA has got to wake up their idea and has got to change the whole system before they can even hope to support Mancini.
Hold on a second. Let me read you a few names, alright? Ademola Lukman, Kalen Hinz, Mandela Egbo, Reece Oxford, Keenan Bennett, Jadon Sancho.
All English.
All English?
In the German league.
Yes.
The English are starting to expand themselves.
I think that is the example that you set there, because young players who are coming through the ranks, when they come through a team like, let's say, for example, Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, etc., they do not get the chances when they want to, and they have to go on loan to another team within the league or externally, and obviously a big team like United would not loan their players to another strong team, because it will affect the chances of the league. So they are going to Germany because the Germans have been very.
They nurture young talent.
They nurture a lot of young talent. You see, like we saw the first batch of youngsters from Dortmund a few years back. Right now, all the teams have good young players. Maybe SC Freiburg or Hanover.
Yeah.
They have a good amount of talent that's coming through due to their structure in the youth.
Yep.
And the German under 21 team as well have been doing extremely well.
Yep.
And whoever you see in the German team now used to be from that batch that was restarted after the German FA restructured. It's the same for Spain now. So what is England going to do about it?
if Southgate is still the manager, I don't think so these guys have a chance, because he said that you have to be in the Premier League for him to pick. That was his rule.
It's kind of unfair, but he's got a point. He's got a point when you are playing in a league.
That is also the culture in Italy,
Yeah.
If you play out of the Italian Serie A, you're playing in another league. You are technically out of Italian selection.
Players
Bad, like if you
But
did
I
Verratti-
do not agree to the structure.
Variety, yes. You've got players like Simeone Zaza who made a couple of appearances, but the one player who has been totally overlooked has been Giovinco, and Giovinco has been a force to be reckoned with the MLS, but he's been totally overlooked. So a lot of things to discuss. Maybe
this actually happened in Sweden in 1950s. You know, in the Swedish national team was only full of amateurs. So if you had a professional contract, you couldn't play for the Swedish national team. Okay, so there's this trio of legends of AC Milan who actually signed for AC Milan on a professional contract, and they could not be selected for this Swedish national team. So this is something like that. If you're playing out of the league, for example, let's say you have somebody in the class of Jordan Henderson. If he's not playing in the Premier League, would you still select him or not?
Depends on where he goes. If he's playing for Real Madrid, of course I'll pick him.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If they have to play in the Premier League, then it makes no sense.
Yeah, true.
And if Gareth Bale was English, would he be selected or not? Because he's playing at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So does he have to engineer a move back to the Premier League to be selected? I think this is nuts.
I think they should just scrap England, Wales, Scotland,
that is
and
not
Ireland, then make it United Kingdom, and then they'll have a potentially strong team. Or maybe they could just hire Platini,
No.
who actually fixed the.
I would be happy if we can get to the final just because of this thing.
Yeah, so apparently Platini said that they did do some fixing and with the draw, with the potential with the World Cup draw in World Cup '98, and to achieve the dream final of Brazil versus France. So looking at the World Cup final right now, I haven't been going through the World Cup final, and I would love to see what is the potential dream final. Looking at it right now,
I know Russia. If this is the case, then Russia's going to be in the final.
highly doubt so, man. All right, so thoughts on Platini fixing the World Cup. I think looking at what has conspired with the Champions League as well.
Yeah.
Champions League this season.
Yeah. With
a lot of conspiracy theories.
a lot of boohoos posted by UEFA themselves here and there.
And who's in charge? It used to be Platini.
No, it's the guy Gianno
Infantino.
Yep,
Gianno Infantino.
that's the name.
Yeah. No, but I was disappointed when I read the news yesterday about the World Cup '98 being fixed because that was my first full World Cup.
Yes, that was my first full World Cup as well.
I was watching bits and pieces in the World Cup '94, World Cup 1990, but '98 was the first true full World Cup that I watched. And to know that France actually won it because they were given a special route to the final, I think that's
Disappointing. Yep. Okay.
Your life been a lie.
So moving on to the last thing to mention for this week before we go on and talk about
been a
the
long-
big topic. Yes.
Did they alter something in Ronaldo's food?
Maybe they purposely gave him all the easy opponents. But yeah.
Yep.
So the last thing that we want to talk about is Siawash Hussain, who he's our FootBoleh future star, and he recently went for a trial with 200 people. So 200 people went for the trial, 200 players, and out of the 200 players, only 2 got selected, and he has been one of the 2. And the 2 players who have been selected for this have actually gone on to play for are gonna go on and play for Arsenal Academy in India. So this is actually very, very big news for FootBoleh future, and we hope that this story will lead us to more stories like this, that we can create more stories like this, and we can give more opportunities to all of you out there, and hope to see more of you playing your career professionally as a footballer. And Siawash, congratulations. I think
I'd like to say something about him. He's playing for Delhi
Dynamos.
Dynamos. Is it Dynamos or
The
Arsenal?
youth team Delhi
Yes.
Dynamos, yeah.
Okay, and he's not Indian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, he's from the Middle East. So the world is big enough. Find us, we'll give you a chance.
True.
And,
Never ever say never, and this is why we are here for you.
Congrats, Siawash, and you definitely picked the right academy.
It's in the Arsenal Academy.
It's the right academy.
Okay, so keeping it with Arsenal, main topic for today. Arsene Wenger has finally left the building.
apparently has not packed up his stuff.
His stuff is still in the office.
maybe he's gonna be.
He's saying that he's going to pack up once the
Well,
World Cup is there.
You know, every time I play Football Manager, and every time Arsene Wenger leaves and someone else replaces him, he automatically becomes the director of football in Arsenal. So maybe in real life he might be the director of football.
No.
I don't know.
That's not going to happen. But he might become the director of football at PSG.
Maybe.
But which is funny because last season he was asked a question: do you need a director of football? And he answered back, what is a director of football? Is he a guy who directs football?
Yeah. There's a lot of questions regarding the role itself. Why do you need a director?
Yeah.
Because all these while clubs have functioned without a director. And only now we are seeing director of football coming in, which I myself am puzzled. I don't see why they need them.
Apparently, it started off with club chairman giving their sons or daughters a job at the club. And then they start to interfere with managers' daily jobs and etc. So I do not really believe that this is a position we look to.
Yeah. Okay. It's not a very well respected position among people like Arsene Wenger and you know the likes of Alex Ferguson and stuff. Okay. Yeah. So in a time where we rarely find a player or a manager staying at a club for more than 10 years. Let's just go down. Yeah, more than 5 years.
More than 5 years.
More than 5 years. Arsene Wenger has
I'm
been at the
saying more
club.
than 4 because Mourinho only stays for 4 years at a particular
So
club.
how many more years?
A couple more years.
All right.
I'm waiting for that, man.
So Arsene Wenger has left, and we are going to preview today on who we think is going to be the new manager. Right, we've got the likes of Thierry Henry, Mikel Arteta, who is actually Mikel Arteta is right now the most favourite to join. We've got Allegri as well. So out of these three, Heikel, who do you think is most likely to join?
Alright, this is the story that I've heard. As of last week, Maximiliano Allegri,
yes.
I'm not going to butcher his name, I want him to become the manager. He was favourites.
Okay.
There's a deal in place. All that's left is his signature. They were house hunting for him, and they want him, and he wants Arsenal because it's...
By the way, this is our Arsenal insider. So
Yeah.
he has all the Arsenal inside news.
He was interested in the Arsenal project because, you know, just building up Arsenal again.
Yep.
That was last week. As of this week, he was supposed to make formal contact before actually signing because it was after the Italian Cup.
Yeah, it was after the Italian Cup final.
Yeah, it's after the Italian Cup final and Juventus winning the league.
Yep.
So he made contact and it wasn't a good discussion. They couldn't agree with a proper wage for him, and it wasn't a transfer budget that he could do much with. So he didn't say yes, he didn't say no. It's just like, we'll talk about this after the end of the season.
Yeah, Juve still has got one more game to go as well. So
Yeah, exactly. And at the same time, he needs to inform Juventus that I'm leaving. So I'm giving you time to find a replacement.
Yep.
I think it might be Carlo Ancelotti coming
For
in.
Juve?
Yep. So that's why, like you said, the current favourite is Mikel Arteta, because he's number 2 and for Manchester City, and Ivan Gazidis, Arsenal's chief executive, wants someone who's young, fresh, and hungry. And he looks at Manchester City's way of, this season.
Yeah.
He wants Arteta. And one thing I would pick up from Guardiola's talking about Arteta is that he talks to Sterling and Sané and tell them, you guys try. Doesn't matter if you lose the ball while you dribble into the box, just try. I think Guardiola might give them the blueprint on how to play like Messi, but it was Arteta that told them to push on. So that's why. So
it's more about managing the player.
yeah, and now there's Thierry Henry involved. He's just a name that they're putting out there. This one last thing. These three potential managers they'll be talking to next week. I hope it's Allegri, but currently the favourite is Arteta because there's no string attached, and Henry is an outside chance.
But would you be disappointed if it wasn't Allegri? If it was Arteta or Henry?
You know what? I want Arsene Wenger out, so I can't be like, oh man, I
Picky,
wish
yeah.
it was Allegri.
Yeah.
Arteta out. I have to be realistic. I have to back the manager.
Yep.
I will be severely underwhelmed if it's Arteta, but I would back him all the way.
Why would you be severely underwhelmed?
Because we're Arsenal Football Club. Allegri has been in the Champions League final twice in recent years. Arteta hasn't been a manager at all.
True.
And I rather have a name like Allegri for us rather than Arteta, sadly, for Arteta's case. But it will be severely underwhelming if I were to Arteta will be the Arsenal manager. But I'll back him.
I have to agree and disagree with you. The reason why I agree with you is because Arteta has not been the face of the media. Guardiola has been there speaking to the media and everything, so Arteta has been in the background. So it's much like Buvac and Klopp. Buvac, he hates the limelight, so he doesn't want to be in front of the media. So it might have a different take on Arteta when he comes into Arsenal and then he's the head coach, he's the head manager, and then he's in front of the media. He needs to answer the questions. At the same time, he needs to look at his team. So this type of things might play a big part on Arteta being able to function and perform properly. So this is why I agree with you, but I disagree with you because I feel that Arteta has learned a lot from Guardiola. If you look at it, Guardiola's main man to go to is Arteta. Alright, and not only that, Gary Neville actually recently asked Guardiola at the post-season Football Today on the EPL show. So Gary Neville actually asked, is it more about man managing with the player, or is it how do you actually coach the player to play what you want?
Was he being asked or he asked the question?
No, Gary Neville asked the question to Guardiola.
Alright.
Gary Neville asked the question to Guardiola. How do you actually go about, because some of the players have been there last season, but for them to transfer, like for example Kyle Walker, he came in from Tottenham with he didn't know anything on how to play about your style of football, but actually when Kyle Walker came in, you changed the way he played. You made him an inverted wing back. Fabian Delph is comfortable in playing centre mid, but he had to play as a left back, and then when attacking wise he come in as a left wing back. So the thing is, how do you coach them? How do you manage them? Guardiola had no answer. Guardiola just said, it's just about me telling them what to do. So, but inside reports have said that Arteta was the one coaching the players and making them play the position that Guardiola wanted. So he was doing the man managing role. So if Arteta comes in, he's going to be a man manager compared to how Arsene Wenger was. Arsene Wenger wasn't a man manager. So I think it's a nice touch to have for Arsenal, something a new direction to move in from. Something like Klopp. Klopp is a very, very good man manager. So it's a very, very nice direction for Arsenal if Arteta comes in. That's what I feel.
It's catch 22. It's either Arteta turns out like Moyes, because he's never been a manager before. We have to be realistic on that. He hasn't been a manager before, or he could be a Zidane who bring us glory. It's either this way. So I think it's more about Moyes because he hasn't been a manager before. Let him start slowly build up.
It's something like how Gerrard. I would have liked Gerrard to actually be the assistant manager of Liverpool if Buvac had left. But it's better to see Gerrard going over to Rangers, getting his experience, and then coming over to succeed Klopp.
Exactly. He was in the Liverpool, youth managing.
So if I were to ask you right now, if you were to rank the three of them in who you want first, obviously I know first is Allegri. Am I wrong to say second is Henry?
Yeah.
Okay. Iru, your thoughts?
I got some thoughts on this because a lot of teams have very capable number twos.
Yep.
Okay, when many years ago when Brian Kidd left United to become manager of Blackburn Rovers, a lot of people in the media were saying that maybe the wrong man is leaving the club. Okay, but Ferguson was a different class totally. And when we speak of Arteta, let's look at Guardiola's assistants at Barcelona and at Bayern Munich. Correct?
Yeah. At Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Bayern Munich.
Give me the guy. Let me talk about the one at Bayern Munich.
The one at Bayern Munich.
No, maybe that's
Tito Villanova.
He was at Bayern Munich?
No, he was not at Bayern Munich.
He was at
passed
Barca.
on at Barca.
Alright,
He passed on and became he passed on after he took over Barcelona. Alright. So and Bayern Munich, who was the guy at Bayern Munich?
Was he the same?
I don't have the list with me.
Alright, maybe I mixed up. It's actually Ancelotti. What I'm trying to say is that Ancelotti's right hand man when he was at Bayern Munich
came to Swansea.
Paul Clement.
Was Paul Clement.
Yeah.
And he went to Swansea and look where he is now. I don't
The
want
thing
that
is,
same situation.
the thing is, you're right in saying that there's not a lot of number twos out there who have actually succeeded. The only one who I can remember right now is probably Jose Mourinho. He was number 2 with
Bobby
Guardiola.
Robson. And Bobby
With
Robson.
Guardiola at
Yeah.
under Bobby Robson. Then we have Zidane. So Zidane was under Carlo Ancelotti, and Zidane has succeeded now as well. The likes of Kike Flores. He has not done. He has been disappointing. I actually expected a lot from Kike Flores when he left Manchester United. All right, but he has not done much. He has been actually quite a disappointment.
There's a name that was linked to the Arsenal job, but then he resigned recently. Joachim Low.
But he resigned for until 2022, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he resigned. He was supposed to. I mean, he was one of the names, but he resigned.
Yes.
But Joachim Low, when he was with Klinsmann, under Klinsmann for the 2006 World Cup.
Yep.
Okay. 2010 World Cup, it was impressive. 2014 they won it.
Yeah. So I mean, going back to the German FA and the whole system is
structure,
Yeah,
etc.
the structure is it's perfect.
For me, in Arsenal, I think Max Allegri would be the best choice in terms of experience, ability. But I think the transfer chess and the wage structure might be a problem for him. Thierry Henry, second, number 2 at Belgium, behind Martinez. But I think he does not has the experience for that.
Okay.
Okay.
So Arteta will be third.
Patrick Vieira and etc.
Yeah.
are also in the list, and also the ever famous Tony Adams.
No.
But Tony Adams coming Singapore, man.
But I think Arteta will get the nod ahead because Arsenal won the Man City blueprint there.
Yeah. For me, I would love to see Arteta. The reason why is I love to see a success story from a young manager.
Speaking of Arteta, sorry for that. Speaking of Arteta, the issue is that some of the players there have played with Arteta.
Yes.
So I think that it will be a very strong message that they are standing across by appointing Arteta, because he will have to let go of a lot of players. So the rebuilding project will be longer, if you ask me. With Max Allegri, maybe it might be shorter.
Yep.
True. With Max Allegri, you will have the buying power. You have the name there, someone who's already established, and he knows how to perform.
Yep.
Cup competitions, he can always park the bus. The thing with Max Allegri is, if he comes, he's gonna change the whole concept of Arsenal. They are not gonna play the attacking football, the nice 1-2 passing.
Who says Arsenal playing attacking football now?
Okay, I mean, they used to play the exciting
free-flowing
1-2
football.
I mean, okay, think of the likes of Dennis Bergkamp scoring the
That
wonderful
was
goals.
ages
Wait,
ago.
not only that, okay. Even when they had Giroud playing and Jack Wilshere, they even scored that wonderful goal with Jack Wilshere, Aaron Ramsey, and Giroud. I think it was 2 years ago?
5 years.
5 years ago?
That was 5 years ago.
Oh, that was 5 years ago. So
He was 8 years ago. I'm telling you.
So you know which goal I'm talking about. Yeah, I think that was the only wonderful goal scored recently. With the likes of Alexis Sanchez leaving, but they've got an exciting squad. I'm excited to see how Arsenal is going to pan out next season. If Allegri comes in, it will be a perfect choice because he's going to boost up the defense. He's definitely going to go in for a new keeper. He might just get Szczesny back, or he might even get Buffon from Juve.
No, I prefer Chesney. No, I miss Chesney.
Yeah, I think Szczesny has been a good addition to.
Fabianski is free.
Hey, Jack Butland.
No, I prefer Chesney.
All right, so we're gonna end the topic off by recapping that for Heikel, his main pick would be Allegri. Tiru, who's your main pick again?
Actually, I prefer Allegri to go back to AC Milan.
Highly unlikely to happen.
By the way, if you guys been wondering how I get these stories from, if you're interested in the Arsenal transfer news, there's a guy on Twitter. He has 7 different sources inside Arsenal, and he's the guy that broke Alexis Sanchez transfer and Aubameyang transfer in December. He said that Arsene Wenger would leave it. He said the news in January. He said Ozil will sign few weeks before he actually signed, and the next to be signed is Jack Wilshere. So that's how we got the news.
He's a mole.
And
He's a mole.
his Twitter handle is actually Plug AFC, but there's another Twitter account called Molly Football.
No, the thing is, Twitter is the best place to find all kinds of rumors and all kinds of nonsense. I mean, you can find rumors that are, full of nonsense. Yeah, sky high nonsense. Like Icardi going over to Liverpool. I remember I saw that and I got excited, but actually, at the back of my mind, I knew that somehow it's not true.
It's true.
But there are lots of genuine guys who actually really know their stuff, and Twitter is really the best place to be.
Genuine guys who know their stuff, like us.
Alright, so Tiru, who's your favourite again?
Allegri.
To be Arsenal. Allegri as well. So we're going with 2 Allegri. I am gonna go with Arteta. Alright.
gonna go Arteta.
Okay. So we got the main topic done and dusted. Right now we're gonna have a call with one of our friends, one of the viewers.
We've never had a call before, so this is interesting. So
Yep.
if you guys are interested, you could just leave. Let us know in the comments. We might be calling you. Chances are, if you are a Liverpool or if you are a United, Chelsea, Real Madrid, or Liverpool fan, we'll be calling you soon if you are interested because of the cup finals. We want to hear from you guys.
Alright. So the first one we're going out to is the first one we're gonna call is a Manchester United fan, and he's gonna give us his thoughts on the Champions League final. Sorry, FA Cup final. FA Cup final coming up.
It's the problem with the Liverpool fan hosting the show.
I'm too excited about Champions League final.
Hopefully it picks up.
Yeah, so hopefully it picks up. Macam. Right, so we're still waiting for the call. We're still waiting for him to pick up. We're already dialing him. If he doesn't pick up, we have a Chelsea fan waiting on the line as well. We should do a conference call with them. Let them fight it out.
All the vulgarities, but it's no.
Not recommended.
Alright, if he's not picking up, then let's just go to the Chelsea fan first.
Maybe he's not picking up because we are hosting the show on a blue table this time around.
No, I'm gonna.
Alright, okay, we're gonna hang up and we are gonna go over to the Chelsea fan.
Which hopefully I think
Hopefully the Chelsea fan is not sleeping.
Yep.
Yeah, so more about these calls. We are gonna try and do more of these calls to fans and hello.
Hello.
Okay, wait. So we've got the Man U fan calling us back as well. Are you gonna answer and put them on conference? Okay, wait.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
We've
So
got
this is very interesting because okay, hello Katik and hello Sharon.
Hi.
Yeah, so we've got a conference call going on right now.
Yep.
So Karthik is the Chelsea fan and Sharon is our Manchester United fan. So guys, are y'all hyped up for? Please try not to speak two people at once.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm speaking to Sharon first. Sharon, are you excited to be in the FA Cup final for tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy because at least we got into one final this season. So there's possibility of winning a cup this season.
Okay, what do you think? I'm just gonna ask you right now. What do you think is the prediction? Very quick one.
Quick one prediction. I'm guessing it's 2-1.
2-1 to
Man U
Manchester
win.
United.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. How do you feel about this season?
This season, okay, Man U.
Louder, bro.
Actually, yeah, I mean, I think Man U has been performing better compared to the previous season. Despite, I mean, Man City is stronger, yes. I mean, from halfway through the season, we know Man City is more or less going to be the champions. But then I think Man U is able to still keep up. And I think much better team this time, much better team.
Okay, so you feel that they did much better than last season.
Yeah, correct.
What else do you think they need to do in the transfer window?
Okay, transfer window, perhaps I think they need to get a midfielder because I think our best buy for this season is Matic. So maybe, and Matic is getting old, so before he loses his form, probably to get a midfielder around something like Matic.
One name off the top of your head, who you want to see at Manchester United?
One name, David Beckham.
Okay, that was excellent. Okay, let's go over to Kartik. And Kartik, can you tell me how do you feel about this season with Conte in charge?
Okay.
Please no vulgarities.
This season they have been so off because when Conte dived into the transfer market, he didn't replace Diego Costa nor Matic. Okay, the transfer market dive from Conte was ridiculous. Okay, he actually bought 3 midfielders, which were Ross Barkley, Bakayoko, Drinkwater. Okay, with having the likes of Fabregas and Kante. Okay, he also changed from a 2 midfield to a 3 midfield, which actually caused a big gap from the front two, and there's no sort of linkage unless if Fabregas would to give a defense splitting pass. If not, the strikers are on their own to actually feed themselves to score. So I feel sorry for Emerson. He's not actually getting a chance because Alonso is right on form right now. And I feel that Zappacosta should start for Moses. I have no idea why Batshuayi left. I have no idea why he actually loaded out Batshuayi. Okay, and having Morata and Giroud, but still choosing like Morata over Giroud for a period of time, which is really funny. There was also a point where he had all 7 subs as his transfers. Not sure what was Conte doing there. You buy people just to put them on your bench. You buy Caballero. Okay, Caballero is different. Yeah, you buy Caballero and then you buy every other player and you put them on your subs. You don't give them a chance. So I think it's really funny what he's trying to do there. He needs to bring back that front three, Willian, Pedro, or Hazard and Giroud, like what he did last season. If not, I think it's going to cost us the game tonight.
Okay, so what do they need to do in the transfer window?
They would definitely need to get a striker like Diego Costa, who is as aggressive as him, who can actually mentally play games with the defenders and stuff.
What about Conte? Do you think they should get rid of Conte?
Of course, definitely.
Okay, so we have your thoughts.
Who does he want to see? Who do you want to see replace Conte?
I think Allegri.
No, he's there. Arsenal.
Allegri will most likely be.
Hopefully.
How about Arsene Wenger?
He's free.
Arsene Wenger.
Alright, Karthik, can I have your prediction for tonight?
I think it's going to be a goalless draw because I think both of them are actually going to park a very big bus over there.
Okay, nice thoughts coming from you. So we got a goalless draw from Karthik and we've got a 2-1 win from Sharon, who's a Manchester United fan. So Sharon is actually feeling pretty confident about his chances and Manchester United's chances of winning the league. Winning the FA Cup final.
That's it.
If United wins, they actually tie up the record number of cups won along with Arsenal.
Yeah.
Right?
Alright.
United were holding it for a very long time.
Okay, so thank you guys for calling in and we will definitely look out for more friends to call. Thank you guys. Thank you Sharon. Thank you Karthik.
Alright.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you.
Enjoy the game.
That was interesting.
We did not expect that.
Amazingly no vulgarities. Alright, so they pretty much summed up the season for us as well, for Manchester United and Chelsea. Heikel, what do you think Chelsea needs to do in the transfer window?
I said that Conte will be leaving. This is his last season.
Yeah.
I think this is his last chance at winning. I think United will win tonight. This is last chance for glory. I think he'll leave. They'll get a new manager. He'll have his own philosophy, his own methods. He wants to do that. I don't think they'll be sticking to 3-4-3. They need a change of formation. They need a change. Morata's the wrong buy. He'll go.
Did he even play 3-4-3? It seemed more like
3-4-2-1, 3-5-1-1.
Seemed like a very defensive.
3-4-3 was last season. That's what I'm talking about. I think Morata will be going. Barkley will be going. Players that are just there will be going. It'll be a revamp for Chelsea in the transfer window if they want to, be there.
Like I read, it could be the director of football purchasing these players.
Or maybe the chairman, or maybe the owner himself, Roman Abramovich.
Well, I don't think Roma will go and buy the likes of Barkley. To be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, who do you think will be the replacement if Conte leaves? Because there are lots of managers being linked to Arsenal, Juve, PSG, but there's nobody linked to Chelsea.
I think it's gonna be Gus Hiddink. With the history and everything, he might be back. You just give him one full season.
Yeah, for just one full season, right? Just like a stopgap.
He's been there stopgap 2 times.
I think Brendan Rodgers should go.
Maybe, but
they wouldn't want him there as well.
Abramovich wants the big guys.
Yeah, Abramovich wants someone with a big name. But they've already tried everything with Carlo Ancelotti and all this, so
I'm going to get something different. Why? Because the last time Abramovich appointed Luis Felipe Scolari after the Brazil World Cup win.
Yep.
So he might go after the winner of this World Cup, the manager from this World Cup's winning team. That might be a case, right? That could be a strong case.
But looking at it, if Germany wins it, Joachim Löw is out. Yeah, Joachim Löw is out.
I think he'll go somebody with like a Brazilian or Argentina. I think so.
Maybe if Belgium does well, he might even go with
Roberto Martinez?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But one name I think if this is indeed his last season, I'm not sure.
for Conte, right? You're talking about Zidane. Oh
If
yes,
Zidane
yes.
if this is his last season, he might pull in
He might go
Zidane.
to.
Wow. Looking at it, if Zidane actually goes to Chelsea, that would be really interesting because you might have. You already have Klopp. You already have Guardiola signing an extension as well. Klopp and Guardiola both signed extension this season. Mourinho is there. He signed the pre-contract. He already signed until 2021. So all these three are going to be up till 2021, 2022. So this is these three are predicted as the the next golden generation. The previous golden generation only had two, Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger. So right now we've got three in the golden generation. So if Zidane is appointed for Chelsea, we will have the fourth one, and if Allegri is appointed for Arsenal, we might even have a fifth one.
Yep.
So we might have five potential. The only ones missing out is actually
forgot
Pochettino. Pochettino is also considered because he's been there for a long time. Yeah, I mean he's not one of the more famous managers compared to these five names that I've just thrown
But
out.
he's an equally decorated player.
Yeah, he's definitely.
equally decorated player. But I think it's at a whole, it's not good for the English national team with having so many foreign coaches coming in.
True.
You know, they're probably bringing the ideas and they're probably bringing the youth team from there, youth players from there, and it's going to be a bit tough on them.
There
So
might be.
I'm actually expecting to see young British managers come out and outperform or prove critics wrong and go there for stay with the team for like 6-7 years, like what Moyes has done previously at Everton. But I think it's not going to happen.
Like what Gary Neville did as well. All right.
Talking about Valencia, I'm talking about EPL.
Okay. Let's just talk about the last topic at hand. The FA Cup final today.
The legend, future legend.
Alright, before that we're going to go with the legend and the future legend. And Haikal, why don't you tell us who it is for this week?
This week it will be Ray Wilkins versus
Juan Mata.
Juan Mata. And the reason why we picked this is because these two players have played for both Chelsea and United. Both are playing in the the FA Cup tonight.
Yes,
This is
FA Cup final. So the both of them playing in the both players have played for both teams in the FA Cup final. And so looking at Ray Wilkins, have you seen him play? Were you gifted to watch him play?
No.
Too young? None of us were gifted to watch him play, but from the stories that I've heard, he was actually amazing.
He was a swashbuckling midfielder.
Yeah. It came from a time where like Thiru said, midfielders were equally good at defending and they were equally good at attacking as well. So Wilkins came at a time from there compared to how Mata is now. Mata is more attacking, whereas Herrera does more of the defending. So who's your pick, Thiru?
I'm here in a AC Milan jersey for Ray Wilkins.
Hey, can you name me some of the clubs he played actually? It's a lot of big clubs, right?
Yeah.
Rangers, United and Chelsea, of course. He played for Rangers, AC Milan, Queen's Park Rangers, PSG.
Did he play in the La Liga?
No.
Sadly no.
And this he's 84 caps for England and captained them on several occasions. And if you're looking for his class, there's a goal he scored for England against Belgium in the UEFA Euro 2000. Euro 2000? Euro 1980.
He was.
Euro 1980 tournament. And it was a classic goal where he actually clips the ball over the last defender. Not say last defender, the defender just outside the box. And then 4 defenders are closing in him, and the goalkeeper is closing onto him as well. And he chips at all of them. And this is only his second goal out of the 3 he scored for England. And Juan Mata is a different kind of player because he has the luxury of modern football where you have attacking midfielders and defensive midfielders separated on their roles, so that you have specific roles to perform on the particular day. Whereas in Ray Wilkins' time or before the modern football era, you have midfielders. You are a midfielder. You are supposed to attack. You're supposed to defend. You're supposed to do everything out there. A complete footballer. So I'm going with Ray Wilkins because of his spectacular goals that he scored and also because of his class, and he's two-footed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Haikal?
Juan Mata.
Why?
Okay, this might be a bit biased, but I've never seen Ray Wilkins play. I've only seen him on YouTube. Yes, everything there sounds incredibly legendary. Ray Wilkins, but I'm going with Juan Mata. Reason being is he was from Valencia, and then he went to Chelsea, and then United. At Chelsea, he sort of changed the way
They
play from a attacking midfielder, because they had Lampard, and then he had to accommodate with Lampard and everything.
Yep.
And then winning Premier League. Did he win the Premier League title? I think he won once, if I'm not wrong. And then he unfortunately went to United after the agreement with Mourinho. And the way he plays is exciting when he was at Chelsea. At United, because they had a system. Initially, when he went to United, was it Moyes or Bengal? I think it was Bengal. He was great. But when Mourinho came in, we didn't see much of him, which is sad. But he was one of the reasons why Chelsea won the Champions League that season. So I'm going with what I see. Sadly, I'm sorry, Ray Wilkins, but sadly, yeah.
But Ray Wilkins is resting in peace.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm going with Ray Wilkins, and you're going with Juan Mata. Let's see what the fans have to say.
Yeah, so let's see what the fans have to say. So stay tuned for the poll on Facebook and Instagram, and you guys can go on and vote whether you want Ray Wilkins or Juan Mata. Actually, kind of think about it, Juan Mata isn't really a fan favorite. As in, I wouldn't say a fan favorite. I would say more like one of the popular names. Like when you think of a Chelsea squad, even when Juan Mata was playing, the first name that will come to your mind is probably Drogba.
Maybe.
You know, Juan Mata isn't that player. So even when you look at menu, the first name that comes to your mind is probably Pogba or Sanchez. You don't actually think you want Mata. You want to see Mata there, unless when you see the lineup and then you see Mata missing and you see the likes of Lingard playing or Rashford playing or Martial playing, and then you're like wondering why isn't Mata playing. That's when you actually think about it. But you don't see him as the first name on the list.
Yep.
So
let me give you some facts about Juan Mata. Juan Mata, actually, before he came to prominence at Valencia, was actually a Real Madrid Calista C player. He was playing in the third division of Spanish league.
okay.
He was one of the youth who honed his skills there before he moved to Valencia.
Yep.
And I got to speak about the Common Goal project that Juan Mata came out with, the 1% of his salary being donated, and a lot of footballers have joined in, especially Matt Hummels, and this is something that you have to respect him for. So I think that he's one of the players who make a positive impact on football and in the world at the same time. So I'm a big fan of him, but I'm going with Ray Wilkins because of legendary status.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got one for Ray Wilkins, one for Juan Mata. I'm not gonna pick.
You're gonna let the fans pick.
Yes, I'm gonna let the fans pick during the week.
By the way, you know that
By the way.
last week, who was it?
Abadi Pele and
the result for that is 50% Pele, 50% Payet. So it's even.
So there's no legends there.
both are legends.
By the way, before we go on to the last part, which is the predictions, some fans, we have some comments on Facebook. One of them agreeing with Kartik earlier, saying both will park the bus. One says that whoever parks the bus properly will win the FA Cup. Thank you for that, Talal Ahmad. Brian, who was previously on the show, he says that Arteta seems to be favourite for the Arsenal job at the moment, but he would rather see Marco Silva over Arsenal. Over Arteta at Arsenal.
Interesting pick.
Interesting pick. But I think his heart is set at Everton.
Reason being is that Marco has budget power, something that the Arsenal board value over success, which is true. He has a small budget, which we can see at the time at Watford, and then they were impressive.
We might see Rick Alisson there.
What other comments do you have?
I think this one. Who will replace Conte? Right? One guy said Frank Lampard.
John Terry.
Maybe.
John Terry is the women's coach, right?
No, John Terry is playing at Aston Villa.
Oh wait, yeah, he's playing Aston Villa.
That's Phil Neville.
Sorry, I think No, talking about the English, I think John Terry is the chairman or something for the
the Chelsea women's
the
team.
Chelsea women's team. Not the coach, the background staff.
But
chairman or something.
There is a rumor though, with Rui Faria leaving United, they need a number 2.
Rui Faria signed on for Benfica.
Yeah, and John Terry might be the next United number 2.
No,
That's what I
You've
heard.
got to be kidding me.
That's what I heard.
no, that is not
I-
happening.
I wouldn't be surprised though. I mean, Mourinho's there, and Mourinho loves
No,
John Terry.
I would personally prefer Michael Carrick.
That would be ultimate fuck the bus, man.
Michael
With John
Carrick.
Terry and
Well, I'm going for United legend, like the likes of Michael Carrick here. This is the last remaining player from Ferguson's era.
Scholes is at Liverpool, right?
No.
Or there was a rumor that Scholes might be going to Liverpool.
No, that's not going to happen. Maybe Salford City.
Yeah, it's Salford. All right, last one.
Okay.
Been a long.
It's been a long show. Yes, we are gonna go with the predictions. Let's just go with a quick one. Lazio Inter. Lazio's at home. Inter has to win by 6 goals.
I think it's be 2-2 draw, something along draw.
I'm going for an Inter win, but not by 6 goals.
I'm actually gonna go with the Lazio win. Lazio has been impressive this season.
6 goals.
Nah.
Oh, with Simeone Inzaghi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lazio has been very
Who
impressive
happens
this
to
season.
be Filippo Inzaghi's brother.
Their best player. Their best player. The best addition. Not best player. Best addition to the squad this season. Lucas Leiva. I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
Rangers want him, right?
Yeah. We just want him. Rogers is there.
No.
No,
Sorry.
Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard is there. Lucas Leiva might just go there and help him defend, and then after that retire there and then become the number 2 coach or something. Yeah, so the next one that we're going to go for is the FA Cup final itself. Chelsea against United. Who's going to win, guys?
No, before that, actually, I want to get his thoughts. Do you agree with Sharon saying that it has been I mean, he's not picking out the negatives. He's only picking out the positive.
He actually said that they had a good season.
It was better than last season,
Yeah.
which I agree actually.
To me, as a United fan, and having supported United during the Ferguson years, okay, it is by record, by statistics, a better season compared to last year's. But for United, finishing second is never enough.
It's below your
It's
expectations.
below my expectations. We should be, with the budget, with the kind of players that we have, we should be challenging for the league every single year. This is
That's-
my thoughts.
That's the thing that I still don't get about
United
Manchester,
fans.
yeah, United fans. Like, why can't they accept that
we-
there is actually, you know,
Limitations.
No, we can accept. I can accept the fact that we finished second. But to us, that is not where we want to be.
yes, definitely.
And that is the kind
definitely.
of winning mentality that brings you forward.
That's the one that was instilled during Ferguson's era.
Yes, and that is what we want to have everything at every moment. There was never more than 3 years that United went without winning the league. That was the longest, 3 years. The rebuilding years during Ferguson, that was the longest period of rebuilding. But after the 3 years, they won the league 3 years in a trot.
Yeah.
So it's
And
about.
Ferguson was
it's
saying that I
about-
regret not winning 4 times in a row.
That's the thing about instilling the mentality, and that is the mentality that you need to win and to be Premier League champions. And that is something that's being instilled at Man City now, and that is something that's being instilled at Liverpool as well with Klopp, because he has experience of winning leagues
Yep.
before. Whereas at Arsenal, you need someone to do that at the same time. That's why he's going for Max Allegri, because he has a winning mentality.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you want Beckham to come to us United as well?
David Beckham or his son.
Right.
Okay, predictions. Let's go, boys.
I'm going to go with score draw, penalties.
Interesting. I would love to see penalties. We haven't seen any penalties at all. Totally no penalty shootouts at all. This is boring.
It might be in the next week's.
No.
One is too much.
Like the fixed miracle of Istanbul.
Hey, right now I am even doubting it, man. It might be fixed.
2-0 to United.
2-0 to United. Okay.
Oh wait, sorry, 2-1. I think Giroud scores goal at least.
I'm actually gonna go with the Chelsea win. 3-2.
I don't see too many goals from two.
Two bus
Two buses.
bus attendants.
But
No,
yeah.
but the fact is that this is the only trophy that can be won by these two teams.
Yep.
So they're going to go all out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's-
Looking at how Chelsea played last week, they couldn't give a damn. They didn't even want to play.
And you know how it goes, right? Ryan Giggs actually came out yesterday, and he said that I actually scored the winning goal in the 2007 FA Cup final, which was knocked out by the referee. It was not given.
Yep.
And Drogba ended up scoring the winner in the 116th minute of extra time, and
Yep.
etc. So United has already started their mind games ahead of the final. Okay, this is a direct attack on the referee himself, saying that this is how it works.
Yeah.
This is how it works. We already have the step ahead in the mind games.
Thinking about it, talking about the mind games as well. Mourinho and Antonio Conte
Conte.
have been at it.
He hasn't been
Yep.
sacked yet.
They have been at it for the whole season.
Yep.
With Mourinho presenting him with the Manchester United jersey, lots of different things going on.
Yeah, but funny, it's quiet now.
Yeah, it's quiet now, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why. We might see something on the pitch, maybe.
Probably
Mourinho
because
punching
they
Conte.
both of them, I understand, Conte texts Mourinho. I understand how you feel under Roman. You've been sacked twice. Mine is my turn. Now I know what you feel, man.
Yeah, I just want to get sacked and take the money, man.
So they may have come to an understanding.
Maybe.
Based on that.
Yeah.
But one thing I would say is that Mourinho usually wins finals.
Precisely.
This is why I'm picking United in this case.
We shall see. We shall see. Alright. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the show. Just to recap, we talked about Mourinho. We talked about Arsene Wenger. Mourinho. We talked about Arsene Wenger. Replacements for Arsene Wenger. And well, Thiru went with Allegri. Heikel is going with Allegri as well.
Even with Arteta.
Yeah, no, he actually picked Allegri.
Oh, Allegri.
Yeah, I picked Arteta. So yeah, and and we had calls from two fans, one Chelsea and one Manchester United fan, giving their thoughts on the season and what they need to do for the future, as well as the FA Cup final tonight. And we predicted the FA Cup final as well. Alright, so that's the end of the show.
Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for the calls. Thanks for you guys for watching us.
I couldn't say more. Thank you guys. And
Free-
look out for the
Three
preview.
genuine people who know about football.
Look out for the preview. Look out for the preview next week. Look out for the review as well. And don't forget to vote for Legend versus Future Legend. This is Da, Thiru, Heikel is behind the camera.
Next week, Champions League.
Bye guys.